Pentacles tarot deck to do a quick message regarding Jupiter going direct. Excuse the hair, man. Okay. Hope all is well. As I'm recording, today is a moon day. Wasn't really expecting to go live. I was supposed to do a video. I finished editing the video that should be posted to premiere later today. But doing more videos, more coming. Okay, this is my main focus outside of myself and my family. All right, so thank you, Archangel Michael, again for the protection and safety during this channel, before, during, and after. All right, just make sure I close today. All right, angels, what messages do we have regarding this Jupiter transit? Jupiter 1:11 on the clock. Jupiter, and it skips 112. So there's an initiation taking place. 3 is Jupiter. That's Jupiter's number. All right, 3 is about creative expression, communication, things becoming dense. So there's there may be a lot of things that start to manifest, or things that have been kind of hidden, because Jupiter also is the traditional ruler of Pisces, which is the season that we're still in. It's still Pisces season. So its ruler, modern ruler, is in Aries. So this is about knowing oneself and identification. And then the Jupiter aspect of it is retrograde in Cancer, where it is exalted. And Venus is in Aries now, so it's no longer in Pisces where it was exalted. But Venus will go retrograde at the end of this year. So pay attention to relationships and money. All right. So what is transforming this Jupiter stationing direct in Cancer to Leo? One card for the, okay, Mahisa or Mahazia, 4 of Wands, God the Savior. Rectification helps one live in peace with everyone. So this Jupiter stationing direct in Cancer is exaltation, will help rectify some things between oneself and groups of people to be in peace. And it's a 5 number on here. So what's saving the rectification, God the Savior, is basically the rectification is going to save relationships. What's supporting this transformation with the 4 of Wands, which can also represent a home. You got the 10 of Swords supporting this, the marvelous God, 17. Luaya, revelation, protects from sadness, gives revelations in dreams. Okay, you see all these eyes here. So that could be groups of people watching you go through revelations. Somebody could be dreaming about you as well. It could be a group of people dreaming about you from the past. It is Mercury retrograde still. But they're dreaming about things being corrected. This could be someone else who is not feeling well mentally because of they have to see you gain or get your rectification, or get redemption, or get, the high vibrational energy that you was giving out is coming back to you, and someone is going to miss out on it, but they're having dreams. They may be having dreams about seeing you flourish, but they're not going to be around, or they're not around you right now. All right, what was the challenge here? What's the challenge? Okay, we got Haziel, the Hierophant. Number 9, the merciful God. Divine forgiveness obtains friendship and favors of the great, secure promises. So this might have been a challenge for you during Jupiter retrograde. Is things being done the right way? or there may have been some challenges with forgiving people, forgiving yourself, forgiving old friendships. Some people may not have been keeping their promises to you, or you may not have been able to keep your promises to yourself. And it's been a struggle forgiving yourself. This is the merciful God. It is a 9, so wisdom is was basically the 9 is endings, right? So you may be experiencing a 9-year, 9-month, or watching this, you may be experiencing a 9-day. But the 9 energy here is saying, or something happened last year where you may have been struggling during this retrograde to forgive yourself. Okay, since Jupiter went direct, there may have been opportunities for you to gain, but you didn't trust yourself, or you wasn't leaning more into your divine energy. So now with the retrograde, you've been able to, have the revelations that you needed to have in order to see that the challenge here was just you forgiving yourself. It was never about other people. However, in your forgiveness of yourself, you've been able to create new friendships or relationships in some form or another. With Jupiter going direct, you may end up having more friendships with people in high places or higher places than you've been before in the past. And the Hierophant is kind of like a teacher or someone of respect, someone of high ranking. So all this could be happening because this is what you're being initiated into, is a higher ranking. You may be forced into this transformation or rectification of things, having to rectify your life, and which leads to your glow up that other people will be watching and seeing. They may be sad that they're not a part of it, but it's just from you forgiving yourself. What was the spiritual lesson here? Because that was a challenge. What's the lesson here? What's the spiritual lesson? I'm gonna call it the spiritual lesson for this. Spiritual lesson. Spiritual lesson. Hasaya. Hey Hasaya or Ha Hasaya. It's the 9 of Wands, 51. God, the impenetrable secret. Universal medicine, elevation of the soul, and the revelation of mysteries. Okay. Again, with the 9, it's a 9 of Wands, 9 energy, but 51-6, responsibility, impeccable secret, or impenetrable secret. So a spiritual lesson is trusting that everything's going to work out, even though it's a secret. How things are working out right now is a secret. Everyone is watching and they can see it, but you can't, which is why the challenge was to be merciful and forgive yourself and keep your promises to yourself. It's like you don't even know how much you are elevating yourself right now. That's the secret. And 9 of Wands is also saying that whatever you're going through or been going through is almost over, because you're at the 9 now. Okay, what's the sign of progress here? That came quick. The adored God, Ace of Pentacles. All right, the Ace of Pentacles. Divine blessings drives away evil spirits, rules agricultural production. So you may be more in tune to a more natural diet at this time. You may only want to eat fruits and vegetables. No antibiotic fed, hormone fed animals or meat products. But more natural food, more earth, more grounding. With the Ace of Pentacles as well, this is another 8. You got 2 8s here. The marvelous God and the adored God. So it's marvelous that everyone on stage may be watching you, or if you are on YouTube or you're doing something that is in a public view, that is about to have a huge increase or change. A lot of people are going to be watching you. That's why the people who already were there and are not going to be a part of this change. They're going to be watching you too, but from a distance. They're going to be like, oh, that might be all good for them, or I mean, they could be bitter about it, but either way, there's going to be a level of sadness that their air sun, Gemini rules over the Ten of Swords energy card in traditional tarot. And it's a bit of a detachment. So that's where the kind of like the sadness come from. It could be a Gemini, or it could just be people that you knew from childhood that are watching you grow at a distance, and they feel a little sadness because they're not there with you going through it, but they are still watching you. And it's a lot of people. It's like, look at all of these eyes. Okay, but the sign of progress is that the only eye that matters is the one that you're focused on. Okay, we up here with it. Okay. That's the only one that matters, is the one that is in charge of your manifestations. At the bottom, we got the Justice card, number 18, another 9. The second 9, we got the Merciful God and the Invocable God with the number 9 here. With Justice at the bottom. Justice makes truth known in court, causes innocence to prevail. So there might be also with this challenge and investigation, a lot of people are looking into who you are so they can help rectify a situation so people can go back to living in peace. And it will come up or show up that the truth will prevail. Whatever truth needs to be spoken or realized will prevail, and someone will be apologizing, someone will be asking for your forgiveness. It could be this a hierophant person coming asking you for your forgiveness for what they did, because there was a lot of miscommunication. Now that they've realized the depths of their words, they probably didn't think that their words were carried so much weight, and they found out that they actually do, and therefore forgiveness must be requested. It could be a very stubborn person who may not want to ask for your forgiveness, but here, that's the secret here, is a lot of people want to apologize. A lot of people feel bad and sorry for what they did and how they treated you. And you do have favor with the Most High, and it's going to show because you're going to be blessed. It may not be specifically from these people, of course, but the universe is going to show you that even though you're not, blameless or spotless or perfect, in a sense, you still have your humanness in order. You still have your humanness with you. But it's not, all over the place. We got justice here, and God seeing everything. King of Cups, restitution, finds stolen objects, and discovers the person responsible. Yeah. So they're going to figure out who's really responsible in the situation, and it may not have been you. The person who's responsible may have been blaming you by gossiping and spreading different rumors about you, but the challenge of that being put on you or under you is what's forcing you to, rectify yourself. Not so much trying to defend yourself from these people, but rectifying yourself, meaning making sure you have integrity, make sure you still standing on your 10, make sure you're still in alignment with your divine assignment. Okay, that's the Hierophant energy. Okay, that's the challenge here, is that you want to break out of your safety. You want to break out of your heaven just to go down to hell and tell somebody a thing or two, and you don't have to do that. The universe is doing it for them. That's why the secret is that they're want to ask for your forgiveness, because they're in a situation where they have a lot of regret for what they did. All right, so therefore you must keep your eye on the prize. Remember your divine blessings. Stay open and stay grateful during this Jupiter station in direct in its exaltation Cancer. Anything else we can look forward to as Jupiter moves from Cancer into Leo? All right, so Jupiter moving from Cancer to Leo, we got Seven of Wands, the unexpected God. So 29, liberation, deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. All right, Four of Swords, the God of Trinity. 41, mission, protects against slander and impious people or impious people. A lot of protection is here. And then Three of Swords, the quickly forgiving God. 39, love and submission, cures illness, influences paternal love, gives long life. So this could be a divine masculine coming in to apologize and ask for your forgiveness. Okay, and then the Ace of Cups. Okay, this person, you may take them back. God, the King of Heaven. Another 954, rejuvenation, obtains the mercy of God and gives long life. Okay, so we got long life here a couple times. Okay, with the Ace of Cups. We saw the King at the bottom. So yeah, Seven of Wands, protection. Four of Swords, spiritual protection. Three of Swords, somebody is coming to speak their piece and submit. Whatever cure illness or whatever was holding this person back, whatever had them not wanting to submit or not wanting to compromise in a relationship, whatever was influencing them had something to do with their father figure in their lives. Maybe they passed on, or maybe they just wasn't in their life very long. It kind of skewed how they view love and submission or just relationships in general. The Three of Swords is a poetic justice type of card too, and we did have justice on the bottom. So now it's like now that things are kind of showing like someone truly is who they say, and then you got the devil here at the bottom. The severity of God, seduction and downfall, communicates with the dead, teaches the occult and magic. So you are this person could be someone who is able to do necromancy, or they teach magic in some form or another. They're a producer or creator of some sort. This person has been freed from whatever was holding them back, whatever would have them down in the dumps, wishing that they had more courage or more, confidence to protect you, like they didn't speak up about something because they wanted more information. So now that they kind of got it, they have to forgive. The thing that was stopping them from being influenced to being a father or a connection to their biological father or father figure, that's what they need to forgive in themselves. And it's like they are figuring out that that's where all of the issues with falling, their downfall in their relationships, is that they didn't have a relationship with their father, male or female. That was the issue, and that the issue may have been quickly forgiving people. This could be you. You have an issue with forgiving people a little too much, or being a little bit too open, too generous, and there's an imbalance. And the Three of Swords, Saturn Libra, is an exalted position. It's the ultimate justice. So ultimate justice is being served. There's protection here. There's spiritual protection. And you got a 2, 5, a 3, and a 9. Could be the last four of someone's phone number. But with the Ace of Cups, it's like once this conversation, somebody just gotta be a man and have a hard conversation with you because they really miss you. They're watching you grow. And they could be in a dream state watching you grow. They could be astral traveling, or just watching you from somewhere in some way. Could be telepathy. They're tapped into you. Yeah, you got the moon, Gabriel. God is my strength. Divine revelation reveals messages, has the power to destroy. Okay, this person knew that they had the power to break you down or destroy you, but they end up just destroying themselves, pretty much. Okay, she's ready. All right, so that's the message for Jupiter going direct. And Cancer is exaltation, and then finishing, moving into Leo, shows more protection against enemies, invisible and visible, as well as, again, that person may be coming to apologize, but you may forgive them with the Ace of Cups. You may forgive them. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to go back to a relationship. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to pick up where you left off, but you will be open and willing to let it go because you're in such a high vibrational state of being in awareness that it doesn't hurt anymore. What used to hurt doesn't hurt anymore. Do you want to go through it again? Absolutely not. But you realize the connection it was making to the relationship you needed to have with yourself, which is why you were able to let it go, and now it's time for them to take, karmic responsibility. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close out the angel deck, but thank you so much for tuning into this message. I hope it finds you well. If you are interested in a personal reading, it is Friday the 13th. Hit me up if you would like a reading. This is, again, being recorded live March 9th. February 13th is a Friday. So shout out to the divine feminine energy that manifests itself as, just pure chaos. But all things are created from chaos or destruction, whether it's fire, water, air, or earth. All right, the ether, the word is what's going to declare itself. All right. So in the name of Adonai, the eternal and everlasting one, let each of you return to their place among the heavens. Let there be peace between us, and be ready to come when you are called again. Ashe. Peace.